The Local Show, sponsored by Victory in Motion, home of knee repair, not knee replacement, on News Radio 570 WSYR, on 106.9 FM, and live everywhere on the iHeartRadio app. The Local Show features in-depth conversation with business owners, employees, and influential business leaders throughout Central New York, exploring their successes, challenges, and reasons for doing business right here in our growing community. The Local Show is produced locally by Zoe Advertising. Now your hosts, Tom and Steve.
Sprinkling back into the Local Show with Tom and Steve. You ever see those sprinklers with the poke holes in the rubber tubing and, then the slip and slide and the kids run
okay,
down
so not
it.
the...
No, it's just
not that one.
It's got all the holes in the rubber, and then it just sprays out everywhere.
When we were kids, we called that the hose because everything leaked, And I saw it. We were up at Sackett's Harbor last weekend, and they had one of those big inflatable slides.
Oh, yeah,
but it was full of water.
Funny. Yeah.
So kids were in bathing suits sliding down. I thought,
Beautiful.
well, that makes it a little better than,
I was just cruising around the neighborhood, and I saw one of those slip and slides, and there was about 5 kids.
Did you try it?
No.
Okay.
They'd lock me up if they saw me coming in the backyard.
Tom going down a slip and slide.
But they were sliding, and I thought, boy, it's fun to be young. Wish I had my youth back.
Yeah, no, it's
sliding around in the water. That's nice.
True. That's true.
Good stuff.
Speaking of getting old, your feet hurt, Tom?
Yeah. Oh boy, they always do, don't they?
Introduce this guy.
Dr. Joseph Naas. He's the owner of Foot Specialists of CNY. How are you?
I am fantastic. Thanks for having me today.
Well, thank you. I thought about you. I knew we were going to have to interview you, and you came back regardless of even knowing Steve, which
Come on.
always impresses me that somebody comes back. But I was out at the store buying some new sneakers because we're heading on vacation. I got to go down to Florida and Georgia, and there's going to be a lot of walking around. And I'm a big fan of the Skechers brand of sneakers. But I know that a lot of podiatrists don't like that. They don't like that brand. Why is that?
It's great if you can't reach down and tie your laces or put your shoes on. It's fantastic for that. However,
right, I'm waiting.
what we're looking for in a shoe, it really needs to have 3 things. When you grab onto the heel counter, back there where your heel sets, it shouldn't collapse on itself. Skechers are pretty good about that. They don't collapse on itself. When you grab the shoe from the front to the back, it should have torsional stability. So if I twist it, the shoe shouldn't twist on itself very easy. And Skechers aren't bad about that. But the last thing that it should have that it doesn't really have is when you take your shoe and you bend it, like you're trying to, the front part like it would when you were walking, that shoe should bend right at where your toes bend. And if you notice with the Skechers, a lot of times they'll bend like in the midfoot area,
sure.
And your foot doesn't really bend there. Right. So if you've got great mechanics and you can get away with that shoe, but if you're doing like a lot of walking in that shoe, sometimes that shoe can be.
So what do you
irritating.
suggest to people that are maybe getting a little older?
Well, something along those lines, you're probably going to want to look towards maybe like a New Balance or something like, and some of those shoes actually have some Velcro on them to where it makes it a little easier. But if you can't reach, that's a problem still.
Yeah. Should people get a regular podiatrist?
Tune-up?
Yeah. Like you go to your primary care. Do people come to you on a regular basis?
My self-serving interest for the answer should be absolutely they should.
Or should they be like my mom and come every week?
Oh, golly.
Your mom's a sweetheart.
But should you come in a lot or what? What's the deal?
It really depends if you're diabetic. Absolutely.
Okay.
And then with diabetics, we're going to stratify their risk that they have. And, some diabetics need to be seen once a year. Other diabetics, some of those patients we have to see like every 3 or 4 weeks. And then there's everything in between, just depending on whether they have neurological or vascular issues that are simultaneously occurring with their diabetes.
What's the first thing to go? As we get older, what's the first thing that crashes?
Is it a foregone conclusion you're going to have problems with your feet as you get older?
Tom, you're a professional. You asked better questions than I do. That was a great question.
That was a good question. Well, unfortunately, as we all age, our metabolism changes and we put fat on everywhere else where it shouldn't go. And the place where we need fat is the fat pads on the ball of our foot in the heel area.
Right.
So unfortunately, as a lot of us age, those fat pads atrophy, and then all of a sudden you start having foot problems that you never had before.
Right.
So, yeah, and arthritis happens, the body wears out. So, yeah, unfortunately, those things, they do fall apart.
How many people do you see that have bone spurs? Is that a common thing?
Stop looking at me.
If you're referring to bone spurs like associated with plantar fasciitis, yes.
Okay.
Yeah. That's it's a rare day goes by that I don't see someone in the office who has plantar fasciitis. So to answer your question, yes.
In the old days, I used to hear about older people having corns. I got my corns are hurting. Is that a big thing still?
It is. Fortunately, there's a much wider variety of shoes. Shoes have evolved a little bit. They're less dress shoes that people wear, so they can get into like a sneaker that's got a mesh toe box to it, so it tends to irritate their corns less.
I see.
Are women let's talk about ladies, Tom.
Yeah,
Are
sure.
women more prone to wear a painful, not fitting shoe because it looks good than Tom or I?
Yes.
And that's got to cause some issues at the other end, doesn't it?
Oh, it absolutely does.
Okay, so you deal with that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you say, hey, you know what? Don't wear those, or don't you have that courage?
Oh no, I say that sometimes. Now, how well it's received on the other end, that's always variable.
Yeah. Are you also a surgeon or not?
I do some foot surgery. Obviously our goal is we try to do everything conservatively to avoid surgery.
Another thing that I've noticed is this increase in ads on my for Amazon, showing me those sneakers that are flexible, where your toes are individual toes, and it's almost like being barefoot. How important is it to be barefoot, and is that therapeutic? And those sneakers, are they worth it?
That's a good question too. You do ask good questions.
He has good questions. That's why it's his show.
If you've got great biomechanics, that's fantastic. And if you're also walking on relatively appropriate surfaces, because the human foot was really designed to walk on something soft and forgiving, but we've pretty much created an environment with, tile floors, asphalt, things like that are not forgiving. And you get in a shoe like that, and you don't have great biomechanics, you're gonna have some problems. Now, if you got great biomechanics, you can get away with it. So I know that's a kind of a flaky answer for you, but yeah.
Real quick, insole's a thing. Good idea, bad idea. Don't do it. Should do it. Custom, off the street. What should people do?
If you need them, yeah, they're a great thing.
How do you know if you need them?
Usually your foot will tell you.
Okay, so pain.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, off the shelf works greght for a lot of people, and then when those fail, then we make you something custom.
Was Dr. Scholl really a doctor?
That's a great question.
Okay, next time you come back, I need an answer.
Yeah.
I need an answer to that. Okay.
Okay, I will find out that answer for you.
Dr. Joseph Naas, owner of Foot Specialists of CNY, 656-2231. A friend of mine, and I just
did you really just mess up my phone number?
Did I just?
Oh, is it? It could be.
What's the number?
656-2216.
Yeah, that's it.
2216. Did I just mess up? I always mess it. So there. So one more time, 656-2216.
Correct.
If I said it wrong, that wouldn't be the first time. Foot Specialist of CNY. Thanks for joining us.
Okay, thank you. I appreciate it.